What is up, guys? CodeBro29 is back with a brand new video. Today I'm really excited because it is the second part to our Fall Guys game. This is an awesome series that I'm really excited about, and I hope you guys are too. So if you are, make sure to hit that subscribe button because I took a lot of time out of my days the last couple weeks to figure out how to make this next video right for you guys. So make sure to hit the subscribe button. Once again, thank you to Scene Point for the morphs. Okay, first off, go ahead and grab this kit, how to make a Roblox Fall Guys game part 2. It'll be in the description. Go ahead and grab it and drag it into your game. So where we left off last time, something I do want to say is to go ahead and grab the lobby and go ahead and resize it like that. So we give the players some more room. And if you need to, go ahead and take the characters and move them up a little bit. I know that they're a little they're floating a little bit, but I want the players to not get stuck. So I'm just making sure that's fine. I'm also gonna move the spawn so it's in the middle. You can always do this if your lobby is just not big enough. You can always go back and just move the spawn to the middle and make it bigger. Okay, first thing, you'll notice that this is kind of a huge qualified box. You're like, I don't know that I need this big of a box, but don't worry, this is totally fine. So, first off, go ahead and ungroup the kit that I've given you, and secondly, take the Fall Guys morphs and place them down in the lobby. Okay, perfect. So I've got that. I'm just gonna move them up. Remember, later on in the series, we are going to be adding a cool GUI with a shop that will make it look a lot nicer. So don't worry about the morphs right now. They can be floating. It really does not matter. Second, go ahead and move the qualified box. Actually, not second, but go ahead and move the qualified box quite a ways from the lobby. And because my qualified box is facing the players, we don't exactly want them to see the box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the back. I'm going to open up the qualified box, take the back, and duplicate it. And I'm just going to move it way back, okay? Notice that there is a camera that I put in here. Make sure that the other back is not in front of the camera. Okay. So, perfect. We have our qualified box set up, and now if you look over in our lobby, it just looks like a box. It doesn't look like it's qualified. So you can do that, or you cannot do that. It's really up to you. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to get to the scripting, which is awesome. Oh, wait, one more thing. Sorry about that. One more thing I wanted to point out to you guys is when you're making your Fall Guys game, and you have these morphs, you're gonna realize that when you change into one of these, for instance, I'm sorry about my animations. It makes it look like my character is dabbing. Epic dab. Oh, that was a fail. Epic dab. Anyway, I know the dab's dead. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Anyway, you'll notice. Oh wait, I can't change into another Fall Guy. That's okay. For now, what you're going to be doing is you're just going to reset if you want to change into another Fall Guy. But when we do the shop, we are going to make it so you can just click a button and you'll be able to change into a different Fall Guy. Whoa, we have a little glitch with this guy.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Okay, so what I've gone ahead and done is I went ahead and just deleted altogether the green morph. These two are totally fine. But what I was trying to say before that is resetting your character. That's how you're going to change for now. But in future episodes, we are going to add a shop where you won't have to reset your character. You'll be able to change from clicking some buttons. So that's cool. But for now, let's get into the scripting. So I'm going to go into our round handling script. If you haven't already, make sure to go check out the first part of the series because if you haven't done that, then you're behind. But first off, I'm going to go ahead and this time we're going to go into our server storage where we have our maps folder. This is going to be called round 1. So here's where we're going to house all the maps that can be chosen for round 1. Not that will be chosen for round 1, but that can be chosen for round 1. Because I only want races to be able to be chosen for round 1. So instead of maps, we're just gonna say round 1, like this. But before we continue with that, I'm gonna say local maps equals, so go ahead and just go ahead and get rid of this line. We can just say local maps. Actually, I'm gonna say round 1 maps, like that, equals game.server_storage.round1 get children. Whoa, children. Okay, like that. Now I'm going to say number, and then I'm gonna actually up here, I'm gonna say local number. And I'm gonna say number equals math.random 1 comma number of maps. I'll explain this in just a second. Local cloned map. Whoa, cloned? Oh, sorry. Round 1 maps. Local cloned map equals maps number. Sorry about the background noise. My siblings are playing around. Colon clone, like that. Sorry, I keep saying maps. That's what I have on my notes. Round 1 maps number clone. So again, I'll explain this in just a minute. Just wait a second. Cloned map dot name equals map. Cloned map dot parent equals workspace. So what are we doing here? So what we're doing, cloned. Coloned? What is that about? Sorry, make sure you have the spelling right. My bad. Okay, cloned map. So what this is saying is we're choosing a random number from 1 to however many maps we currently have. Right now we only have 1 map. Don't worry, next tutorial we're going to be adding a really cool map, but I'm going to leave that as a surprise. But just a sneak peek, you can go to my community tab on my YouTube channel and you'll see a little GIF with our next map. So if you want to go see that, go for it, and leave a like on that post. Anyway, we can say local clone map. What we're just saying is we're going to clone whatever number we chose, the random number. We're going to put it in the workspace and we're going to call it map. Okay? And then we're going to have this. So what we added right here is the Invisawall, right? Remember that? So I'm going to give some spacing, actually. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tab that, and I'm going to say if game.workspace.map colon find first child Invisawall, because and then we'll add an end here, because we're doing this because not all the maps will have an Invisawall. When we started this, yes, all the maps had that, but for now we don't have all of them, right? Something else I want to say is that we can get rid of the else if right here. Go ahead and get rid of that else if. Same with down here in our for I, comma, v in pairs, this else if. We can get rid of that. Okay, so let's see, we have got else. Oh, line 53, right, yeah, that's the problem. So, we gotta add an end here. Apparently 2. Wait. Okay, we need to add 2 ends there. Okay. Let's see. I just want to make sure. Oh, that's why. Sorry. Sorry. We need an end here, and then go ahead and get rid of this end right here. That should do it. So make sure where we have our else, don't get rid of that end. That was my bad. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Where are we? All right, we were in the invisible wall, right? So Invisawall. So if we found the Invisawall, then we're gonna make it can collide. So we're gonna make it so they can walk through it. Let's see. That all looks good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add a tag. What I mean by this is we're going to, for each player that joins the game, we're going to add a tag saying that they are in the game, right? So if they joined late, they can't be in the round. Sorry for you late people, but you can't be in the round if you're late. So we're gonna say local tag equals sorry about that. Instance dot new. We're gonna create a bool value, and this really does not matter what you create it or make. I'm just doing a bool value. That's what I like to do for my tags, but this is really up to you. We're gonna say tag dot name equals in-game, like that. Okay, and then we can say tag dot parent equals v, and that's it. So all we need is to create the tag. It's called in-game, and we're putting it in the character. So all the characters that are there get the tag. Okay, so what else? Next, I do want to add another if statement here. All we gotta do is grab this if statement from here, copy that, and scroll down to right here. We can tab that just to keep our code nice and organized. Put the if statement there, and then add an end. That's it. So we're just making sure that there is an invisible before we do that code. Okay. Yes, this doesn't change. Okay, that's all the same. Okay. Yeah. Next, what we're gonna do is after we have destroyed the map, we want to go ahead and, sorry, what am I trying to say? We're going to loop through all the players, and we are going to, if they didn't make it, if they didn't win the race, we're going to make them eliminated, right? We want them to be eliminated if they didn't win the race. So this brings me to my next thing I'm going to do. I'm going to go into server storage, and I'm going to into DoorDash and this finish back script that we have from earlier. I don't know if you remember this or not, but hopefully you guys do. You're going to grab or take the finish script, and we're just going to create another tag, okay? So we can just say local player tag, because we're going to give this to the player, equals instance dot new. I'm once again just going to do a bool value. It's really up to you, but that's what I'm going to do. Okay, and I'm going to say player tag dot parent equals game dot players colon find first child hit dot parent dot name. Player tag dot name equals qualified. So if this doesn't make sense to you, that's fine. All I'm doing is I'm adding another tag to the player. I'm putting it inside of the player, and I'm calling it qualified. That's really all I'm doing. It's just a way for us to be able to find out if that player is qualified or not. Okay, let's go back into our round handling, and let's add another for loop so we can eliminate players. So we can say for I comma v. Whoa, what the heck? For I comma v in pairs, players do. I have some weird spacing, sorry about that. If not v colon find first child qualified, then so if we haven't found that they're qualified, if it looks like they haven't been qualified, if it looks like they're eliminated, and we're gonna check and see if v colon find first child in round, then because we want to make sure they're not in the lobby, we want to make sure that they're actually in the round. Oh, sorry, not in round, in game, right? In game. Okay, then we're gonna say local elim tag. We're instancing yet another tag, so I'm gonna instance a bool value. Instance.new bool value. Pretty used to this by now, hopefully. And we're gonna say elim tag dot parent equals v elim tag dot name equals elim tag, like that. Okay. All right. So everything's looking pretty good. The next thing I want to do before we move on is sorry, not before we move on, before the tutorial's ended, which is very, very important, is to create a new module script. So let's go ahead and go into our round handling, and we're going to create a module script. So for those of you who don't know what a module script is a basic way for us to be able to, I guess, it's a way for us to be able to, no, what am I trying to say? It's a way for us to be able to fire functions or run functions without having to type the code over and over and over and over again, if that makes sense. All right, so let me just make sure. Yeah, okay. Let's just say function module dot qualified, like this. Okay, so we've created a new function. This is called our qualified function. So we're gonna say local tot qualified equals 0. So this is standing for total qualified. The total number of people that are qualified is currently a 0, right? We can say local first. Okay, we're gonna say wait 5, and we're gonna say local players equals game.players get players, like that. All right, so we're getting all the players after we've waited 5 seconds, and we're gonna say game.replicated. Oh, here we go. This is important. We have a couple variables to make. Yay! And a remote event, or maybe 2. I forget which. I'm gonna go in right now. So we're gonna yeah. So we have a few variables to make. So we're gonna create an int value. We're going to have a lot of these int values, actually. We're going to call this one total qualified. So this is in the box. Go ahead and duplicate that total qualified. And go ahead and, whoops, we already had the limit. Eliminated, like that. We can duplicate this again. And we're going to say put in box. And that's it. So we have another remote event to make now. So insert a remote event into replicated storage, and we're going to call this remote event qualified cam, and we're going to duplicate this, and we are going to call this ragdoll start. This is going to come in later, though. In the next tutorial, we're going to be adding ragdolls, and when they fall out of the eliminated box, we're going to ragdoll them, okay? So it's going to look like Fall Guys, so I'm excited about that. Okay, go back into your module script, and in local players equals game.players get players. That all looks good. We can say game.replicated storage.qualified. Wow. Replicated storage.qualified cam, colon fire all clients. Like that. Alright, so we're going to be firing all these clients, which after this we are going to go in and we're going to change the camera to look at the eliminated box. Okay, next thing, we're going to loop through all the players, and we're going to say for I, comma v in pairs, players do. And we can say v.character. Humanoid root part dot c frame, sorry, not c frame, dot position equals game dot workspace dot qualified box dot spawns colon find first, not ancestor, child. This is a little confusing, but I'll go after it after this. To string parentheses game dot replicated storage dot put in box dot value, and then outside of both parentheses dot position. So this is pretty confusing, I know. Trust me, it took a while for me to figure this out. I had a lot of days where I was just thinking in my head, how can I figure this out? All I'm doing is, so what I've done is I have inside of our box, our qualified box, I have a spawns folder that have numbers from 1 to 50, so we can have a max of 50 players in the server, which is cool. And what we're going to be doing is each player that's put in the box, we are going to add 1 to the put in box, So this value becomes 1. So the next person to be put in the box is put in the number 1 box, in the qualified box. And then we're switching it to number 2. The next person is put in box number 2. So go ahead and swap that. Sorry, not to 0. Yeah, to 0. So go ahead and now what we're going to do is we're going to drop a line after that. We're still in our for loop. And we can say, right here, I do want to say game.replicated storage.put in box.value equals 1. And we can say game.replicated storage.put in box.value equals game.replicated storage.put in box.value plus 1. So we're just adding 1 to the put in box. Each player we're going to put in the box. Now we do need an if statement because we only want to put the players that are in the game in the box. So I'm going to tab these and I'm going to say if v colon find first child in game, then and we can go ahead and add an end. Okay, so this is, we're putting every single player in the box. Okay, so now that we've put everybody in the box, we want to find all of the people who are qualified, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to, once again, we're literally just going to pretty much, you can even just copy this code right here, paste it down there, and get rid of these 2 lines. And we're just going to say top qualified, total qualified equals top qualified plus 1. So this is looping again through all the players, and if they're in the game, we are going to add 1 to the top qualified. Okay? Pretty simple. And then let's see. The top qualified is just a way for us to be able to access it. It really doesn't. It's not that important, but it's just a way for us to keep track of things. But don't get rid of it. Only get rid of it if you really know what you're doing. Okay, we can say game dot. What the heck? Game dot workspace dot qualified box dot number of qualified dot brick color equals brick color dot new parentheses and quotation marks persimmon. I don't know, you guys. I'm not very good with colors. You can tell me in my group wall if I got that right or not. If you didn't know, I have a group wall. Link will be in the description. Go ahead and join that. Yeah, you can tell me if I got that wrong or not. No feelings hurt there. So what we're gonna be doing is I'm gonna go ahead and move over to our qualified box to show you exactly what we're doing. Okay, I made it. So I'm going to grab this just as an example. You can see this number of qualified right here. We can change that to where is it? Persimmon. Persimmon! I think it's persimmon. Just like major big brain moment right there. Okay. You notice that this is like a red, kind of like the Fall Guys. Go ahead and switch that back to the lime green that I had originally. And we can, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's just what I wanted to show you. So, alright, now that we've done that, I'm going to go back into my module script. And I'm going to drop a line, and I'm going to say game.replicated storage, not first, guys, game.replicated storage dot total qualified dot value equals top qualified. Okay, and so we're each person that's put in the box, we're adding another to the total qualified and replicated storage. Okay, and we can say, gosh, yeah. Next is game.workspace.qualifiedbox.number of qualified surface GUI sign. Whoa, not that. Sign text. Hang in there with me, guys. Equals toString top qualified. Top qualified. Dot qualified. Okay. Wow, that was a lot there, huh? So all we're doing is we are in our qualified box where it has the green and red sign that shows how many people are qualified. We've turned that to red, and what we're going to do is we are going to loop through all the players in the game. We're going to set that to however many people are in the game. Next, I'm going to drop a line and say wait 5. So that's about probably half of this module script. Maybe a little more. Okay, now is the fun part. Yay! Okay, we can say for I, comma v in pairs, players do. And we're gonna say if v colon find first child elim tag, then we're gonna say, so if they've been eliminated, if we found out, whoa, you've been eliminated, right? We are going to say v.character.humanoid root part.position equals v.character.humanoid root part.position. And then, so here's where we need to go into the game ourselves. So I'm going to once again go all the way, wait, oh, there it is. I'm going to go all the way back over there. Okay, we made it. And then we're going to go up to View right here, and we're going to go to View Selector, okay? I'm going to go ahead and move this over here because of my qualified button there. Sorry, not button, label. And what we're going to do is we're going to face the qualified and then turn completely opposite of it, okay? As you can see, this is showing the, this is a very confusing topic, but make sure that the letter that is facing closest to you, like for me, I don't know if you can see it, but it's X right there. Make sure that if it's X right here, you're gonna say minus vector 3 dot new parentheses, and if that number was, or if that, sorry, the letter was X, then make that 10 0 0. Whoops, 0 comma 0. If it was Z, and this is also make sure, actually, let's just do it this way. Make sure that the X is pointing toward you, and so is the line. So as you can see, the X is kind of, the line is pointing to the qualified. Make sure that the X line is pointing to the qualified, if that makes sense. Okay, you can get rid of that view selector. So what have we just done here? We have just kind of flung the character, which is cool. We've just knocked them out of their box and out kind of what it, you know what it does, right? It just, what am I trying to say? It knocked them out of their box, right? So next we're going to say top qualified equals top qualified minus 1, because we've just gotten rid of someone. Now we're going to copy this right here, this game.replicatedStorage.totalQualified.value, because top qualified, and the qualified box, we're just going to paste that there. Okay, we're once again just setting the variables right and the sign right. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to say, this is where we're going to get rid of their tags. We can say if v colon find first child in game, then, so there should be an in game at this point, but just in case there was an error, we can say v.ingame colon destroy right here. Now I'm going to take that and copy it, paste it a couple times, and I'm going to say eliminated, just in case there's an eliminated. I forget. I think this, whoops, yes, and paste that right there. I believe this comes in a little later, but we're gonna help us out early, unless yeah, I believe this comes, yes, this comes in the next tutorial, but we're just gonna help ourselves out now. Elim tag, and we're just gonna paste that there. So that we're getting rid of all their old tags. They are no longer in the game. Bye bye. So that's what we're doing there. we're also going to, just so we're ready for the next tutorial, we're going to say game.replicated, replicated storage dot ragdoll start fire client v. So we'll work on the ragdoll next time, but I want to have that there so it's ready. We can say wait 0.3. Now we're going to drop a line. We're going to say else if not v find first child elim tag. Then we're going to say v.qualified destroy. So what we're doing here is and then I'm going to also say, actually no wait, just like that. So we're getting rid of their qualified because there's a new round. We don't want them to again be qualified. Like, we don't want that to happen. I don't know why we would want them to be qualified as soon as they join the next round, if that makes sense. Okay, so we're going to drop a line here outside of this end, so we still have two ends right here. And we're going to say wait 3 game.replicated storage dot total qualified dot value equals top qualified. And we can say game.workspace.qualified box dot number of qualified dot brick color equals brick color dot new lime green, like that. So we have just turned it green, and that actually should be everything. Okay, so a quick fix that I realized we need to do. Sorry, this is actually a cut. Sorry if you noticed that. Anyway, this wait 3 right here, go ahead and take that and go ahead and copy it. Whoops, the wait 3 with the top qualified and the lime green, all of that. Copy and delete. So something I do want to say is what we're doing what we are doing is we're wanting to put that outside of the for loop, out after we have already looped through all the players and eliminated them. That way it doesn't, there will be a lot of errors. So make sure to make that fix, and that should be good. Well, actually, hold on. I was wrong. Don't go yet. We have one more thing to do, and that's just to quickly call the eliminated. So we're going to, right here, after the wait 5 right here, we're just going to say, we're going to say local eliminated equals require script dot, we didn't name our module script. Let's go ahead and name our module script eliminate. Yeah, that's fine. Eliminate, like that. Require script dot eliminate, like that. Now we have our where is it? Where was I? Right here. Okay. Eliminated dot qualified, and that's it. That's literally all we need to do. I'm gonna go ahead and test this out on the video. You can test it out with a friend on your own if you'd like to, but I'm gonna go ahead and test it out so there will be a cut in the video. I'm joining the game now with our edits. I do have it muted, and I will have it muted. I have my brother's account joining us, so I have it muted on both ends. So I'm going to just grab a Fall Guys costume. So we have our map spawned in from last time. I'm going to have my brother grab, no, not that one. That one. So we're both different Fall Guys. So that's cool. We can jump. I don't know why we would, but we can jump. Okay, so now our invisible wall is there. Now after 3 seconds, it knocks down. We can go through the door dash. Boom, boom, boom. Bang. Head smash. Alright. Qualified. Perfect. Okay, so hopefully, if nothing goes wrong, we should all spawn into the... Oh, my bad. Okay, so we have spawned into it. So we have 2 qualified currently, and soon... Yep, he's just been launched out. Later on when we add a ragdoll, he will fall all the way. But for now, that's it. And then something else before, we do need to change the camera because we want the camera to look in a cool way. So I'm going to go into our scripts, and I'm going to also wait a few seconds, and we're going to also put them back in the lobby. So when we have the round over right here, we're going to just copy that for I, v. Then we're going to say wait, I think, yeah, 5 is good. And we're going to drop a line and paste that there. Okay, one more script to do, and then I'll let you guys go and you guys have your second part done. So I'm going to insert a local script into Starter Gui. We'll try and do this pretty quick because I know this is a pretty long tutorial. We're going to go ahead and name this cam. Okay, we're going to say game.replicatedStorage.qualified cam on client event connect function, like that. Okay, now we're going to drop a line and we're going to say game.workspace.camera camera type equals scriptable. Okay, game.workspace.camera not child added .camera subject equals game.workspace.qualified box.camera. So we're just well, actually I'll explain in a second. Camera.c_frame equals game.workspace.qualified box.camera.c_frame. So we're then wait 13. So we're just gonna put it, make the camera switch to the looking at the eliminated box. Game.workspace.camera not child added camera type equals custom, and then game.workspace.camera subject equals game.players.localplayer character wait for child humanoid. Alright, so I realized I made a mistake on accident. This needs to say camera type. Okay? Alright, last thing. Make sure to hit wait for child, and that glitch should be fixed. And that should be good. Let me check one more thing in our round handling, though. In our while true do, yes, this is a big mistake on my part. Right here where we drop a line, we're going to say players equals game.players get players. So now, if somebody leaves the game, then during the middle of a round, the round will stop and we'll wait for it to finish. Perfect. Alright, last, said that last time, but last test, this should really be it. Some typos. Typos are huge in coding. You can have tons of mistakes because of typos. Alright. So I should be able to go through that. Bang, 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 bang. Jump. Qualified. Alright. Here we go. As long as this all works, I'm good with that. And then that glitch shouldn't happen anymore where you can look around like that. It should just be stuck, which is perfect. Yep, you can't move around. Yay! Alright, so we can move, but we have no choice. Well, he has no choice. Yay! Alright, that works perfectly. One qualified, and then we should spawn back in the lobby in just a second. Yep, we spawned back in the lobby, and we have the round starting over again. Yay, this is perfect. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you did, make sure to smash that like button and hit that subscribe button so you'll be notified whenever I come out with a new video. Other than that, we have Roblox merch. Link will also be in the description. Make sure to check that out. Only 10 Robux. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.